This is Alan Bush with the Daily Financial Forecast for Tuesday, March 28th. Starting out with the stock index futures, I would have to say we put in a relatively good performance yesterday with the negative healthcare bill news from Friday, and yet stock indices came well off of the lows and closed just a bit lower yesterday. So I would have to say stock indices overall are tending to overperform the news and trade relatively well. Even today, we did start out a little bit lower. Price is higher now as two economic reports came in quite a bit better than expected. So our outlook remains unchanged. The main trend is higher for all of the stock index futures. I think within the next couple of months or so, we'll see a new round of historical highs across the board. Now, moving over to the currencies, the dollar index coming under some pressure more recently. Today, a little bit higher earlier, but now back to lower on the day as the dollar continues to underperform. I think this will probably be the case going forward as interest rate differential expectations are now not that advantageous to the bulls in the dollar index as it had been all of last year. So I would not do a lot in the currencies. Instead, I would focus on other markets such as the interest rate futures, especially the bonds. Flight to quality gains that we've seen over the last couple of days, I think, are likely to have run their course. Ultimately, we will revert back to the dominant influence of more inflation and a stronger economy as a primary series of negatives for the bond market. So look for lower prices across the board in the interest rate futures markets, especially at the long end of the curve. Gold and silver putting in some very good performances recently as the fundamentals seem to be lined up across the board to be bullish for both gold and silver. Inflation remains, I think, a very bullish factor. Flight to quality from time to time also supportive. So my favorite longs in here are gold and silver. Any weakness should be used as buying opportunities. So good trading, everyone. And once again, remember, these are my opinions alone and are not the opinions of ADMIS or Archer Daniels Midland.